Hello and welcome to this Quest Pro video. In this video, I'm going to show you Immersed VR. So this is a free application that you can download, and it's not just for Quest Pro. You can get it for your other Quest headsets as well, like Quest 2, for example. But with the Quest Pro, you do get the color pass through. So I wanted to show you that. So what is Immersed VR? So as you can see, my desktop's right here. And this is literally from my MacBook. And so what does this allow you to do? So it's pretty cool. We've got, a screen on here, but look at this. I can, if I was to open it, click add, and sometimes that happens, that's fine. I've got another screen. I click add again. I've got a third screen, so there we go. So if there was a bit out of alignment, just move the screen. If you want to move them, independent, you literally just drag it away, and I can just put it there. And I can just click it using the trigger or using A, and just move it back and forth. I can move it as far as away as I want. So if I want it, let's say back up there, I can do that very easily. But honestly, I want it in this mode here. So that's pretty cool. And I can have it as close or as far away as I want. I think that's a bit too far away, and like this is a bit too close up, but here we go. So we've got essentially a free monitor setup with just a Quest, and obviously you can do it on Quest 2 like I said. You can click add screen again to take you to the Immersed web page, where you have to buy a extra add-on which costs $10 for extra two screens. So just bear that in mind. But again, I don't think that's bad. If you want to interact with it, make sure it's pinned, and now the mouse can interact with it. So this is what you'll probably notice. There is a bit of lag. If you only want to use this mouse and don't want to use the keyboard and mouse like I'm going to in a second, press the menu button on your left controller. Move this away a second. Go to settings, monitor controls, go to VR mouse cursor, and it is, still laggy, but it is better. So you can change the monitor brightness and the super sampling. So, obviously you'll get clarity in terms of how good it looks. And I think that looks really good right now. But obviously if you do that, then if you have a higher clarity or more performance is being used. We've got a pretty decent connection locally, so that's not too much of an issue. You have to use this bar. You can't just, use the analog stick, unfortunately. The touchscreen, you can change the resolution. If I change the resolution, right now it's there. Change it to the max. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually increase the resolution without changing the size of stuff. It doesn't maintain scale. So it doesn't, unfortunately, do that. I guess it does maintain scale. Depending on how you look at it, but yeah, you have the issue. So the high DPI or anything like that. So I'm just going to go back to how it was before, and so I can see everything on here. I'm quite happy with this. And again, it's a thing where it hasn't properly lined up, so I'm just going to do that. You can change the curvature. This is very curved right now. This is pretty cool if you want it super close like this, and you have to sort of look around you. So it's as if you got monitors all around you. Honestly, I like it roughly halfway. Okay, so there's that. If we click this, we go to flat mode. Honestly, I do like it curved. That is nice. You don't have any of the issues with, you have to be at a certain angle with certain curved displays. So that's a non-issue here. So let me pin this. Another thing that you can do, press the menu button. I can go to pass through, go to full pass through, which will be the full pass through of my room, which is pretty cool. So I can see all the stuff. Honestly, I don't know how this looks on camera. I feel like it's going to look better than it does on here. Using the pass through is fine if you really need to, but otherwise it's not really possible to use, let's say, like this. The screen's off right now just because there's a feature that I've enabled in Immersed where what you'll do is you'll turn down the brightness just to save battery, because obviously I'm using it on here. You can use it on your MacBook, you can use it on Windows. Just download the Immersed app off the Oculus Store, the Meta Store, and you'll go for the instructions of setting it up. Pretty simple, to be fair. Okay, so when you do look at the screen, you can't really tell that well. And like if I go on my phone, I mean I can't really see anything. It doesn't make much sense to me in terms of what's actually on there. So as a result, I don't find this mode that useful unless there was possibly other people here, and let's say most of the other people were in somewhere else, because you can do collaboration mode, show you in a second, and there's 1 or 2 people here. That would be nice. Be able to see them. Otherwise, I'd rather just go to in this immersive environment, and you can change it through go to my room, and I can easily switch it to like a conference room if I want to. It's pretty nice as well. I'm gonna go back to my sort of log cabin, kind of, or lodge. And so if I click this, I can change this to collaboration mode. If I change that, you can do it invite only or open. But again, that's if you want to have other people, which is a nice feature that we do have. Okay, you got pass through, and let me show you. Go back to pass through. You can do a portal. So if I do a portal, you can do up to 5 portals. If I do that, you can literally just be a little subsection. So if I just want my phone, maybe so I can look at it and be like, oh, it is. If I feel like it's ringing, maybe I've got it on vibrate, I can look at it and be like, okay, it is ringing, because I can tell that much. And I can increase this or decrease the size of it as I need to. And as you can see, I can do a pretty cool close it, pass through. And again, not that interested in that. There's keyboard, which I can essentially, so that's automatic. The reason it's done a good job pointing there, because I'd already set where it was. I'd slightly moved the laptop. So I'll leave it like that. That's a pretty useful feature, that one is. And if I go to, you can do webcam. I haven't enabled it. I just need to restart the laptop, but you can do that if you want to. Go to whiteboard, and you can enable a whiteboard. So there's a whiteboard there, and you can draw on it. If I want to move it, click unpinned. I can't draw on it right now because it's unpinned, so I can make it super big up here. I can. This is pretty cool. I can put it here, which would actually be in my sofa, so I can put the screen and the objects where physically they would not be allowed to. So I like it right here, to be fair. And if I pin it, I can choose a color, for example, like red, my favorite color, and I can start drawing. The reality is, it's not the best. Let me try it a little closer. See, I mean, again, you can see what is possible, and I think maybe somebody could do a better job than me, but that's somebody will probably draw on and do a really good job. But in terms of me, that's all I could do. Looks terrible. And so yeah, those are the some of the features that we have available to us. And now let me show you. So you can do monitor input, which is what we want. So without that, you can't actually do anything to the monitor. With this, you can. You can see the the mouse shows. You also rotate, snap grid. That's fine. Again, latency is good for me so far. So what I want to do is show you some use cases for this, and then discuss my opinions on this. I'm going to close this down. I'm going to use the laptop, and one of the use cases. Let's say I'm coding, and I open a new window. Sublime. Where have I got the mouse now? So yeah, I do find this happens if it picks up my hand. But if I'm within this area, then it's okay. Probably could do it. Probably making this area a bit bigger. Ooh. I'm going to use this a second. But, check out the Fire Dev podcast, my little podcast for developers. And you know what? I will put this over here. With the light, so you can see. Ooh, where have I put it? It's disappeared. Let's quit. Reopen it. Hopefully it opened up here. Yes, it did. Then I'll use the keyboard for this. Okay, so I'm just going to put these controllers over here. So I can increase that size area of that thing. So I have... Where's the mouse? There it is. So I'm going to snap that there, which is fantastic. I'm going to open up a new terminal window. So this is just emulate or simulating what I might do in my coding flow. In terms of if I'm using the trackpad, it's not too bad, the lag isn't. And type in low spoiler alert, it's not too bad either, to be fair. So let's go. I think I opened up a new terminal window, a new Sublime text window. I did. And let's say if I was to put this over, okay, that was a shortcut for snapping it with magnet. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So we've got that. Let's say if I wanted to code okay, better yeah, I'm gonna put this over, minimize this. I'm gonna put this over here. I was doing the hand thing again. Let me just sort that out. So yeah, you can see, it's cool, but it does have its issues. Let me just put a keyboard here. Open it. Make it pretty darn big. So it has the benefit of, if my hands are anywhere in there, we're all good. There's no blacking the pen tips for the... I actually want to move it a little further back. A little too big. Okay. Lock it. And... okay, so I'm going to code up a really, really basic HTML page from scratch, just to give you, like the workflow. And as you see, it seems to be working really well. My hands are in there, so it's not really triggering any events. So, again, I don't know what you can see in terms of the keyboard. It's pretty hard to tell, what it is, because I have a rough idea. Though it has a frame rate text, use the performance. I mean, honestly, the frame rate's pretty good, to be fair. So I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so I'm really interested to see how well it looks on the recording, because on this, when it's all blown up, certain things don't look as good. Then I'll cover that momentarily. This is definitely slower than how I would usually type. That's something to bear in mind. Probably half the speed. I can look at it and get a rough idea where things are. You can, I know, add some sort of virtual keyboard, and I will look at doing that in a separate video. And I'll put a title tag and say Immersed Quest Pro. First website. I'm going to assume it's the first website I ever made with a Quest Pro in Immersed. And I'm just going to put H1. And I'm going to say hello world. Save that. And we'll save it on the desktop. Call it index.html. Open up a Finder window. Go to desktop, and let's say I might want to put this over here. I'll resize it down so it's just down over here. It's pretty cool. And go to desktop, go to index.html. There we go. We have our HTML page that we've just coded. So this is fantastic. I've got 3 monitors where I would have usually just had the one. They're a lot bigger. In terms of typing, it's not too bad in terms of input, but I think it's something I'll probably get used to because I do most of the time do typing, to be fair. But right now, I'm not doing it as fast. So my quick review on this is the resolution of the monitors I think are good enough. Would I prefer them? I'm gonna hold the controller so all input will be done by this. Yes, the resolution of the monitors inside the VR, inside of the immersed VR experience, or mixed reality, I guess, is more than good enough. Would I like them higher? Hell yeah, but I think they're good enough to use. The whiteboard, from my experience, was not usable. So the nice feature, once it gets better, hell to the yeah. Right now, I tried it. I could not get the Oculus Quest Pro or the Meta Quest Pro pen tips to work, and I'm hoping they do work in the future. I think they will. I had a look online, couldn't see anybody else doing it or even Immersed doing it. So if anyone knows how to do it and I'm just missing, let me know and I'll create a little separate mini video testing that. Yes, you have to pay $10 for more screens. I don't have an issue with that, considering how much a good quality monitor can run you hundreds and hundreds of pounds. A massive, ultra wide monitor or massive 4K monitor, hundreds. If you go into the ultra wide monitors, good, really crazy quality one like the one I've got on my actual main machine, it's £1,000 monitor. Honestly, I got it for about 500 off Marketplace. It's £1,000 monitor, and the fact is I've got 3 screens, and if I want 2 more for $10, I don't have an issue with that. That's fine. I would more than gladly pay that, and I definitely would if I was using this more. What I might do is try and actually do my actual workflow for an hour whilst recording or live streaming, and let me know if you want to see that and see if I can do it and my experience of it. If I enjoy it, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much as without it, just because the tech's not there yet. Plus, the headset is straining on my nose. I know that's going to be depending on the nose shape. My bone does stick out in the middle part a bit, in the sides, so it does have that issue. In terms of the pass-through, it's nice that it's colour. It's a lot better than the black and white on Quest 2, but honestly, still not that usable. It's nice to have like this keyboard little thing here so I can see the laptop, and maybe another one where my phone is. No internet connection? Yes, I'm literally on here. Okay. And yeah, I think that's my overall experience of it. I think you'll get a lot of videos from people online very soon talking about the Immersed Pro. Maybe 1 or 2 others so far. I know MKBHD did kind of do a teaser, and honestly, on that, when I saw I'm pretty sure using Immersed VR that he was doing on the teaser, it looked so much better than how it looks in reality. And the main part, like I was saying, isn't the actual screen resolution of the virtual screens, it's the pass-through resolution. And also there's blur and lag with moving objects like your hand, for example. So yeah, I think you'll see a lot of videos online. Again, I don't know how, I feel like this is going to look a lot better than it actually does look. And right now, I don't know if he has face or eye tracking. Hopefully it gets the update soon if it doesn't have it. So is it something I would use? When it gets better, how? Yes, I'm really excited to be able to use this. Not just because I can have more monitors really cheaply. It's also the fact that I can put monitors in a place where I probably couldn't, or objects I probably couldn't in my office. At least not easily, because I've got a monitor fixed, or that's currently on my desktop. Yeah, I technically can move that ultra wide heavy monitor onto one of my other desks, or slightly, to a different position. I never do it because it's just too much hassle. It's cables, power cable, display port, HDMI cables. There's other things to deal with, space. Whereas with this, don't have that, issue at all. There might be some sort of in-app purchases that provide or force you to pay money as a result to move objects around in certain ways. That's separate, but the lag is very good. Obviously, the pass-through has lag, but that has lag outside of Immersed VR, so that's not an Immersed VR problem. That's just the reality of the Quest Pro as of now. Maybe an update will fix that. So this drawing was not very good. I want to see how somebody else, fares with this. So, like, if I try it again, I'm gonna try to. Yeah, it's just not practical at all. But what would be good if I can use a pen tip, if I could unpin it, boom, bring it over here, and I've actually got the pen tip. Have I got the pen tip on right now? No, but it's automatically detected. It had automatically detected it, so that's very interesting. So let me actually get one of the pen tips. Let me put one of the pen tips in. Let's see if it does actually work. Look, I can't actually seem to get that to work. Yes, it's definitely easy to write this closer up, but still not that usable if I'm being honest. But it's nice to have. What would be nice, I can't see a feature to do this, and I guess you got desktop, but to be able to have an image not on a desktop but just separate and pin an image, pin a video source. Yes, you could do that in a desktop, but that's using up desktops that I have to pay for. Moaning about $10 already. But yeah, that would be nice if I could put like a video there, maybe a YouTube video, maybe it's a tutorial, maybe it's a Netflix, show that I'm watching, and maybe some meetings snap up. But yeah, overall, really happy, very impressed by it. Am I going to use it? Yeah, I can't see myself using it for any prolonged period of time just because the issues that I mentioned. So that's Immersed VR on the Quest Pro. Let me know what the Quest Pro videos you want to see. You can let me know, and if you have any questions, there's a link to our Discord group. Check that out. Or you can post anything that you want to talk about, any comments, any videos you want to see down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Stay tuned for all the latest Quest Pro updates. Bye.